Hi, Jason. Thank you so much for talking with me today.
Thank you for asking me to participate.
Absolutely. Awesome. So I wanted to start at the beginning. You got your PhD at Stanford in the heart of Silicon Valley. I wanted to ask you what that experience was like.
I thought it was a really great experience overall. I had come directly from undergrad and I went to Boston College for undergrad. Going to Stanford was a really big adjustment for me. I remember being pretty uncertain about myself the first few months. But in the end, it was a 4-year experience, 4 years and 3 months in total. I really enjoyed the first 3 years of my degree. I felt like during those first 3 years, I learned a ton. I worked with some really great people. There was a tremendous amount of personal growth for me, also technical growth and professional growth. So overall, it was a really great experience.
That's fantastic. You kind of mentioned the just the importance of getting the opportunity to like be around really smart people and have that kind of exposure. On the flip side, computer science is one of those degrees where you can just get an undergraduate degree and immediately go into the workforce and have a very solid career. I guess looking back now, would you recommend a PhD for kids kind of finishing undergrad?
I think so. I have a very simple worldview. I think there are three valid reasons for going and getting a PhD. And then there are a lot of reasons that I think I see people have for going and getting a PhD, and I don't think they're valid, right? So as an example, if people think like, hey, I want to make a lot of money, and by going and getting a PhD, I will maximize, the total money I will make during my career. I think that's incorrect. I think that's wrong. So I think that there are three valid reasons. And so in talking to anyone, if they fit into any of these categories, I'd say go for it. And I'd talk a little bit about the positives and the negatives. And then if they don't, I typically ask them like, why are you thinking about it? Or, what attracts you the most about it? And then if they have an understanding that I think isn't correct, then I'll help to provide a different viewpoint and then help them sort of make a more informed decision. So there are three reasons. One is if you want to be a professor, right, it's basically a requirement, right? If you want to, even teaching professors who are not tenure track, many of them, almost all of them, have PhDs. Not all of them. It's not a hard requirement, but a tenure track professor, an assistant, an associate, a full professor, it's a requirement. The second is many research labs have a requirement that you have a PhD. Now, this one isn't a hard and fast rule, but it is very, very common, and it's quite difficult if you don't have a master's and PhD to work in a really top-notch research place. The third reason is a little bit odd, right? And it actually ends up being the reason I went, because I didn't think I wanted to be a professor. I wasn't sure. I didn't think I wanted to work in research. I wasn't sure, though. And that was, I just wanted to see if I could do it, right? Because it can be a big challenge. I mean, like, why do people like climb mountains, right? They don't need to get to the top. They want to challenge themselves. And so challenging yourself and going to the university and saying like, can I do this? Can I like come up with something brand new in computer science? Can I advance the overall state of some tiny, tiny, narrow area of computer science? Can I do that? Right? That's a challenge, and that can be a valid reason to go and do it. So if they fall into any of these three categories, I say go for it. I don't say go for it like very enthusiastically, but I say that it is an option.